And we know what is a Java string, and we know what is immutability. We also know what is a string buffer, right? So, and we have understood about the mutability and immutability through many combinations, right? So we also discussed about the advantages of SCP in the previous session. So when someone is asking you about SCP directly, you can just remember these two keywords, right? Reusability and immutability. So I have also explained you about the importance of string constants pool in the SCP area, right? And we discussed about the intern method of string class. Intern method. So the intern method is one of the methods, and it is used to manage the memory by reusing the existing identical string objects, right? And today we will discuss about the important constructors of string class. So this is also very important because we depend upon the lot of string objects in the real-time applications. Okay, so we need to understand how you can create the string objects by using the constructors that are already available in the package string that are already available in the string class, right? So the first important constructor is, right, there is a constructor called the default constructor or an empty string object constructor. So I can create it like string s equal to new string. That's it. So this is the first constructor. We are going to discuss about this constructor, right? So when you look at this constructor and you are not passing anything inside the parameters, yes or no? Are we passing anything in the parameter? So this is the parameter, constructor parameter. Are we passing anything? So we are not passing anything inside the parameter. So we can call this as what? We can call this as an empty string object. Empty string object. So because of this line, guys, just remember, because of this line, so behind the scenes, every time, okay, whenever you are creating an object with the new keyword, especially for the string class, when an object is created with the new keyword, okay, please remember, there are two areas, especially for the string objects. You need to understand about the two areas. One is heap area, second one is SCP area, right? So you are not passing anything here. It means an empty object will be created and the reference variable is going to be s, right? And also in the SCP area, for the future reference, an empty object will be created, and this is going to have no references, right? So this is equivalent to, this is just equivalent to this string s equal to new string, right? This is equivalent to this. Both are same. Empty, you are not passing anything. Okay, this is empty, isn't it? This is empty, this is also empty, right? You are not passing, you are not adding up any values within this double quotes, right? So both lines of code are going to create what? One object will be created in the heap area and the reference variable is given as yes because of the reference variable that we have here, and the for the reusability, and another object will be created in the SCP area. So this is not going to have any references. Internally JVM will take care of these references. So this is one of the constructors that we are discussing. Okay, the second constructor is, this is an empty constructor. Okay, you could be thinking why one would create an empty constructor. Okay, for the future initialization, they create this and they use this reference variable for the future purpose, for the future initialization, right? The second one is, you have an option to create string s equal to new string, and you can pass a string return. Okay, so this is second constructor. We know these constructors already, but we are trying to understand this in detail. That's it. Okay, what is the second constructor? First one is empty constructor, and the second one is, this is the second constructor. Okay, this is accepting a literal. What is this? Is accepting string literal. So what does it really mean, right? So string s equal to new string. A string literal can be anything. Ideally, it is what? A sequence of characters. Anything. Java is a string literal, or anything. Okay, and I can say that Ratna is a string literal, right? I can say that Python is a string literal. Any sequence of characters is called a string literal. String literal doesn't want to be a single word. It can be anything, right? This is Java. This Java. This is also string literal. The sequence of characters within the double quotes. Right? So, and for this, just for the every time I'm not going to repeat this. So there are two areas. One of the areas are heap area. The second one is what? SCP area. SCP is stands for what? String constant pool. Okay, and this is going to be what? An object gets created, and this is going to be referred as S. Okay, and this complete object is going to store the string literal, which is this is Java. Right, and for the future reference, okay, while saving, you don't have these double quotes. For the future reference, in the SCP area, another object will be created with the same content. Right, so this is the second constructor. The third constructor is, so you have a typical constructor here, a different constructor here. String s equal to new string buffer. So this is going to accept the type, which is string buffer type. Okay, let me go back to the program. For example, the first example, string s equal to new string, the empty constructor. If I want to execute this, so if I just print yes, okay, the output is ideally going to be what? Nothing, because we are not displaying anything. Even though if you keep it empty, or if you if you just keep it like this, okay, double quotes without any space, so both are treated as empty only, so the output will not get affected. You're not going to see anything in the console because it is empty. Right, what is the second constructor? This is Java. So whatever the literal that you are going to pass here, and if you try to print the reference variable, okay, that is going to be displayed in the console. Second one, this is Java. Okay, the third constructor is what? So if you are creating an object for the string buffer, not string buffer, okay, SB equal to new string buffer. Okay, this string buffer is going to hold the value like I like Java. I like Java very much. Okay, so this reference variable is of string buffer type, guys. Reference variable is of what type? String buffer type. And you can create a string object, and you can pass the value of string buffer to this constructor of string. So SB can be passed here. Okay, when you actually do this, okay, and this SB is indirectly holding the value of I like Java very much, and when you display the reference variable of S in the console, it is going to print what? I like Java very much. So what is actually happening behind the scenes? Okay, so these things you will use these things a lot in the real-time application, so that's why I'm stressing much upon this. Okay, this is our actual code, and I have been telling you that when you are creating an object for the string buffer does not have the concept of SCP area. Okay, always the value will be stored in the heap area for string buffer. So whenever there is a string buffer acts upon what? Which area? Heap area. So there is no concept of SCP area, right? Heap. So what is it actually? What you are trying to do here? Right, and you are storing I like Java very much. Java very much. I'm not sure if you like it or not, but I like it. You should also like this Java every time. Okay, so give 100% to Java. Java will give 100% to you. So SB. So this is SB. So there is no concept of SCP area for the string buffer. And what we are ideally doing it here, and then you are creating an object for string now. You are not passing the literal directly. You are passing the value of string buffer. What is the value of string buffer? I like Java very much. Okay, now this I like Java very much is also meant for the value of SB. Right, so now SB is trying to store the value of the string is trying to store the value of SB, which is I like Java very much. And again, an object will be created, and this object is going to have I like Java very much, and this time it is going to be what? Yes. Right, so let me keep this here. Is going to be what? Yes. Okay, let me keep this here. So these are the two objects, string buffer object, and this is string object. right? And for the future reference, another object will be created in the SCP area, and this is going to have I like Java image. There is no reference variable assigned because this will take care by JVM internally. And after this, what you're going to do, you're printing S itself. What is the value inside the S? I like Java very much. So that is getting displayed in the console. Very easy, isn't it? Are you getting this? So this is the third constructor. And the fourth constructor, okay, you have a concept of string builder. String builder is just like the string buffer, but there is a small difference that we will understand in the future. String buffer is just like the string buffer. So ideally, you can also pass you can create an object for the string builder, and you can have a content like I like Java very much, and this reference variable can be passed to the constructor of string. Okay, the output is going to be same literally. I like Java very much. So this is the fourth constructor, which is similar to string buffer, string builder. Okay, now there is a fifth constructor, guys. Fifth constructor is something I would say that it is a very important constructor. The fifth constructor says, right? So you have a character array. C, the variable name is C, and you are storing the characters in the form of array. I can take characters like, for example, character J, comma, character A, comma, character B, comma, and again character A. So all the characters are separated by comma, or I can say that all the characters are stored in the form of array, in the form of character array, right? What I want to do, I want to convert this character array to a string. I want to do what? I want to convert this character array to a Java string. What I can do, okay, Java says use the create an object for the string by using the new keyword string s equal to new string, okay, and pass the reference variable of the character array. You can also have that. Okay, if you just pass the reference variable, which is C, okay, and if I print the reference variable of s, the output is going to be what? These are the independent characters, and everything gets concatenated to form a single string. The Java J, A, V, A has become Java. Okay, this is one of the popular constructors that you will come across very often. So you are creating a character array. You are doing what? Okay, what if I want to do like Java? Again, I can give a space. A space is also a character, isn't it? Comma, I can write P or O Java Pro. Okay, Java Pro. So the independent characters which are stored in the character array can be combined together to form a string by using this constructor. So this is one of the constructors. So this constructor is what? String s equal to new string, which is going to accept what? The character array. If I constructor done. Okay, the sixth constructor is, okay. So there is a string call that is going to accept the byte array. So you may get this in the interview room, guys. Please focus here. Okay, I am creating a byte array. Byte array B. So what is the maximum? What is the range of byte, guys? Anyone has any idea? Can anyone answer me? What is the range of byte? Yes, no? Do you have any idea about the byte range? Forgotten, huh? Or you will ask me, don't ask me any questions. Huh? Byte range is what? No. Okay, good. Minus 127 to plus 28. Jyoti is good, right? But Ratna is correct. Minus 127 to plus 128. So what I am trying to do it here is, I am trying to store the byte values in the form of array. For example, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay. If I pass the reference variable of the byte array to the string object, if I pass the reference variable of the byte array as a parameter to the string object, right? So the output is not as we as we assume. What could be our assumption? We think that every number is going to get concatenated like 97, 98, 99, 100. This is how we think, because string is going to do the concatenation. No, it will not do that. Actually, what it will do, each and every number will be converted to an Unicode. Okay, the Unicode for 97 is what? A, isn't it? The Unicode of 98 is B. The Unicode of 99 is C. The Unicode of 100 is D. Right? So first this will get converted to what? Converted to Unicode. The equivalent Unicode characters. Those characters will be combined together to form a string. Okay. If I run this, if I try to see what is the value inside the reference variable is, the output has to be what? ABCD. Right? Not only that, okay, you can give any number like 89. Okay, 89 is representing what character? Y character, right? So whatever the values that you are passed here, these values has to be within minus 127 to plus 128. And when you pass the array of byte to the constructor of the string object, okay, these values will be converted to Unicode, and the equivalent representation of Unicode will be concatenated together to form a string. So this is one of the arrays, one of the constructors that we need to remember. So what is it? String s equal to new string, right? And the constructor is going to accept a byte array, right? So one empty constructor we discussed, and we discussed a string literal, a constructor that is accepting string literal. One constructor is accepting what the reference variable of StringBuffer, StringBuilder, character array, and byte array. So these are the important constructors that you need to remember to understand the internal working of string. Right? Now I will introduce some important methods. Important methods of string class. Focus here. Important methods of string class. Focus here. Okay. Now I will introduce you one by one method, guys. These methods are really important. You use this method very often in the real-time applications. Okay? Please pay some attention, and it is going to be very easy, trust me. Okay, I want to take string s equal to new string, and I want to pass what? Java. Okay, so Java is assigned to the variable s. So there is a method, guys. There is a method in Java called, the name of the method is charAt method. So what I mean, I am not meaning carrot. I am what I say, charAt. So this is the method name. It is saying the character at the particular index. What is the character at the particular index? So it is going to accept an integer value as a parameter. Is what? Index. Okay, the prototype is going to be what? Public character. The return type is character. So you see here, the return type is character here. This is a return type, and this is the parameter. Okay, if you pass a number, if you pass an index here, if you pass an index, it is going to give the exact character on top of that particular index. For example, right, if I am calling this method on top of s reference variable, when I say, okay, I want to use the charAt method, so I want to use what? CharAt method. I want to say s dot character at, okay, I want to pass the index number here. So what is the object that the s reference variable is holding? So it is going to be like what? Java, right? Java. Okay, so when you talk about indexing, especially for strings and everywhere in Java, the indexing starts from 0, right? So J is on 0th index, and A is on first index, B is on second index, and C is on third index. So what you are trying to do here, you're using the charAt method, and this charAt method is accepting an integer value in the form of index. For example, let us say that I am passing the index as 2. Okay, I am passing index as 2. Okay, input, I am giving input as 2. So index is 2. it will check what is the character at the index 2. If there are index starts from 0, what is the character at the index 2? The character at the index 2 is what? V. Isn't it? V is the character at the index 2, right? So that will be returned to you. So V will be displayed on the console. Right? What if I say that I want to find the character at index 30? Is there such index like 30? Okay, what is the actual data that we have? Java. So when you just stretch this Java, and if you start the indexing 0 from 1 to 3, so there is no such index like 30. So you will get an exception. Okay, let us understand this in the program. For example, when I have a string s equal to new string, right, and the string is what? Java I am taking, right, and I want to do what? System.out.println. I want to use the character at method, and I will pass an index here. So if I pass the index 1, okay, the value that is on top of the first index is what? A should be displayed in the console. If I pass the index 2, okay, V has to be displayed in the console, because 2 is storing the character V. Are getting? If I pass index 3, okay, the index number, if the values are stored in that particular index number, you will get the respective value in the console. If not, if I pass index 30, right, and there is no such index like 30, so we will get an exception, java.lang.string index out of bound exception. Okay, have you are you clear with the first method? Yes, no? Are we good with the first method? Yes? No? Type something in the chat, because I'm just checking parallelly, because I'm also ensuring that the audio is clear, guys, because I have issues with the audio. That's why I had to cancel my class in the morning also. So try to be very vigilant. If your audio is not working, please try to call me on my phone. Okay. Yeah, this is the importance of first method. So public character at, it will accept what? Index, integer index, right? And we have also seen the example. Now the second method, we know this method already, so we will understand this method now once again. Okay, for the better, we will be comfortable, we will be very much comfortable with this method. Okay, there is a method called, for example, okay, string, let me create an object every time, string s equal to new string, okay, Java. Okay, there is a method called concat method. What is that method? Concat method. This method will accept a parameter of what? Another string literal. Okay, it will accept a string literal. Okay, it will accept another string. Okay, and the prototype is going to be what? The return type is also a string, public string. Okay, this functionality is the concat method. The functionality of concat methods string is designed in such a way that, right, you are allowed to pass an input. You are allowed to do what? You are allowed to pass an input. Okay, for example, and see, here use this method. How to use this method? Call this method on top of the string reference variable. Okay, s is a reference variable. So s dot concat. Okay, concat will do nothing, guys. Concat will do what? It will try to concat the two strings. So what is the string that is on the reference variable? S. Ideally, s is holding what? The value Java, right? And you're doing what? You're doing concatenation of s with another string. Okay, if you pass the string here, like if you're passing a string like language here, right? So what will happen? So this concat method is going to do what? It is going to concat the Java plus the value that you are passing here, language, right? And the output is going to be what? Output is going to be as Java language. Java language will be returned to the console. Right? Ideally, it will concat the two string class. So how we have discussed these things in the memory point of view. From the memory point of view, how this can be visualized, right? So let me create this. So there is an area called heap area. There is an area called what, SCP area. So we have heap area and we have SCP area. So this line is going to create an object in the heap area as well as in the SCP area, and the reference variable is meant to be assigned in an object that is there in the heap area. S is going to be here and it is going to have Java. This is also going to have Java for the future reference. Right? What I am trying to do next, okay, I am doing what? S dot concat language. S dot concat language. And what is happening? So this is a literal. We are passing a literal again. The literal is what? Language is a literal. If for this literal, okay, another object will be created here, and this literal, okay, S dot concat language you're saying, okay. So what is the value inside the S? Java. So Java and language both gets concatenated. So Java language will be there. Right? For this literal, for every literal again, there will be an memory allocated for the heap area for the future purpose language. So the output is going to be what? Java language. So if I want to run this code, right, string s by so s dot concat language. Okay, when I do this, both the strings are going to get concatenated, and the output is going to be what? Java language. When I give a space here, so the output is going to be a little bit observable, Java language. Right? Understood about the second method? We have discussed this method already. I'm just trying to give a summary once again for the better clarity. Come on, type something in the chat box. Are we good here? Yes, no? Everyone? Okay, good. Please try to keep the session interactive so that I will understand that you are understanding this. Okay. The third method is, these methods are going to be very easy, guys. Second method is what? Public string concat method, so which will accept another string so that both these strings gets concatenated. Okay, the third. Okay, one more thing. Even if you want to use concat method, or else you can use the plus operator, guys. You can also use what? You can also use the plus operator. So when I say plus operator, concat operator is replaceable for the plus operator. So how can we represent that? So instead of using s dot concat language, I can also do this, no? I can also do what? S plus language. So both are same. If you don't like to use concat method, go for plus operator. Okay, both are going to give the same output, Java language, right? So I can say that, or use plus operator, right? There is no things like advantages and disadvantages. Both are going to do the same thing, but this is going to be little bit understandable. Concat method purpose is very understandable, right? So the next method is public Boolean. So there is a method called equals method. This equals method is going to do, it's going to check the equality of two objects. Content wise, the equality of two objects will be checked, whether true or false. Content wise, right? For example, let me delete this. If I have a string s equal to new string, if I say Java, okay, and I want to check what? I want to check if s dot equals, okay, the value inside this reference variable is same as the value Java. I want to check the equality. In the real-time application, you might be getting access to only the reference variable, but you don't know what is the value stored inside. Okay, so what you are trying to do, the value that is stored inside this reference variable is same as the value Java. Okay, it will return true. If not, it will return false. Not, it will return false. So this is the importance of equals method. Okay, see, is equal to Java. Just use a reference variable dot equals. Okay, if the value of s is same as value Java, okay, it will return true. If I change one word Java, if I add another character next to Java, it will return false, because they are not same, they are not equal content wise, right? So equality fails here, right? And also this is also not same. the smaller, the Java in the lower case is not same as the Java in the uppercase, isn't it? So it has to return false, right? False. So it is a case sensitive. It's a case sensitive. So this is the method that we are discussing about, what? Public Boolean equals method. Right? So there is another method, even if you want to ignore the case sensitive, if you do not want to worry about the case sensitive, right? And there is a method called what? So this Boolean is right, small b, right? Small b. Boolean equals ignores case. Boolean equals ignore case. This is one of the method. It is going to accept another object and it is going to check the equality of the object, but the case will be ignored here. If, for example, guys, in the real-time applications, whenever when you're trying to log into your Gmail account, right? I hope everyone has a Gmail account. So Gmail account asks for the authentication. You will be asked to enter the user ID, right? User ID, and you will be asked to enter the password, right? So when you, I don't know if you have noticed this or if you have been noticed this, the user ID is not the case sensitive. For example, Google will accept, okay, the user ID, if you are using user abc.gmail.com, okay, if you enter this way, it will accept, or if you enter in lower cases, it will also accept. Okay, case is not important for the user ID, but for the password. For the password is always case sensitive for the security reasons. You cannot play with the password, okay? When you say that the password is case sensitive, it means if you say that Java 123, or if you say Java @123, if the password has been set like this, you cannot get access to the your Gmail account by giving the password like this. It's not accepted. Password is always completely secure and the case sensitive. If the password, for the password requirement, you will use what? You will use the normal equals method, because this normal equals method is a case sensitive method. But if you do not want to deal with password, if you want to deal with the user IDs where the case is not important, okay, then you will go what? You will use what? Equals ignores case method, right? So okay, Java, right? If I do equals ignore case Java, the output has to be true. No matter what, the case is ignored. See, Java, both are literally they are same. Okay, they can be pronounced Java, but the cases are different. But still, if the cases are different, if you are using equals ignore case, means case, ignore the case and try to give me the equality based upon the content by ignoring the case. So based upon the content, it is same Java, right? Even if you can do like this also, one is capital, one is small, still it will be returning what? It will be returning true. So this is the what? Ignores importance of ignore equals ignore case method. So case is not important here, right? And the fifth method is, there is a method, guys. There is a typical method called isEmpty. We need to check if the object is empty or not. If the string object is empty or not. Public Boolean, the method name is isEmpty method. We just want to check if the string object is empty or not, right? For example, if I pass the string, right? So this is a string constructor which is empty. I'm not passing anything inside, isn't it? I want to check if s dot is empty, right? If it is empty, return me true. If not, return me false. This is empty. Is empty? Yes, it is empty. So that's why we are getting what? We are getting true here. Or getting this. If I do this, okay, this is also, I have just included the double quotes, guys. I'm not passing any characters between the double quotes. Okay, I want to check if this is empty. This is empty because we are just adding the double quotes, and there is no value inside, no character inside, just the double quotes, opening and closing double quotes. So this is also empty. If I include one space here, no, this is not empty. Even the space is treated as a character. Okay, it has to be written what? If it is empty, no, it is not empty, it will return false. Right? So ideally, there are some cases where you will be using this isEmpty method a lot. Right? So this is importance of empty method. And the sixth method is, so there is a method called the length method. Public So it is return type is integer, okay, length. When you call this length method on a particular string reference variable, it is going to return me the length of the string, ideally, okay. And if I want to find the length of Java, okay, and I want to find the length of Java, s dot Java, I mean sorry, h dot length. Name of the method is length, okay. So length always speaks about length. When you talk about length, it talks about number of characters. J1 JAVA 4 characters, so output is 4. If I also include a space here and if I also include a space in the beginning, okay, do you think now it is going to return 4? It's going to return 6 because the space is also considered as a character. How many characters are enclosed in this? I mean, how many characters are there that is enclosed in double quotes? 6 characters. Java stands for 4 characters and remaining spaces are 2 characters, so 6 characters totally, right? So ideally length of the string is going to return the length, okay. If I keep this as empty, if I am not passing any characters, so it is going to return 0, length is 0. So no explanation is required to find the length of the string, okay. There is another method called, don't worry, this I think there are maximum the known methods are 10, something like that, okay. Return type is string. There is a method called replace method. So character, old character, character, new character. This is going to accept 2 character guys. Okay, the character that is already there and the character that you want to replace with, right? So for example, I have a let me take it as a B B C C D D E. Okay, I want to use what? I want to use s dot replace method. I want to replace B's. Or let me do like this. Let me do A B B B. I want to replace all the B's with the character Z. Why this is giving me error? Okay, so character, right? I'm sorry, it should be in the double quotes. I want to replace all the B with Z's. Okay, B, there are 4 characters, B characters. Okay, these 4 B characters will be replaced with Z. Or else if I want to replace all the A's with Z, okay, all the A's will be replaced with Z. Okay, if I want to replace something that is not there with Z, C is not even there, isn't it? So no changes. C is not there, so no changes. But if I want to replace all the B's with a string one or with a symbol like dollars, I mean the dollar symbol, I can do that. Right, masking. So you want to mask something, you can also do that. Right. So this is the importance of what method, the replace method. These are the self-explanatory. Much explanation is not required for these things, right? So one more method is there, public string. So we want to find the substring, guys. We want to find what? We want to find the substring. Okay, you want to pass the index number, a particular index number, and the substring needs to be generated. What does it really mean? For example, let me remove this. Okay, what I'm trying to do, you are using string s equal to new string, and you are passing something like this is Java, or else how are you? Just how are you without any spaces. I want to use what? I want to use the substring s dot substring, and you need to pass an index. You are passing index number 2, guys. You're passing something like index number 2. All the indexes will be segregated for how are you, right? So this is how it is going to be represented, right? H O W A R E Y O U, right? So right? And this is not even required. So each and every character is going to have an index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? If you pass index number 2, so 2 is the holding the character W, isn't it? Okay, from W, everything will be printed in the console. Value, W-R-E value, where you should be displayed in the console. Let us see if it is happening. How or you, right? And you want to do what? You want to start substring of 2. Okay, the output has to be what? Where. If you pass 3, okay, it is going to print print the string that starts from the index 3, right? And it is going to print what? RU. If you pass something like 10, okay, 10 or something like 20, a bigger number, okay, ideally this bigger number is an index number that is greater than the length of the string, right? So you will get an exception because you are trying to access an index number that is not even there. So 20 is something that is not even that index number is not yet generated. You are trying to access that index number, visualizing it could be somewhere here. It is not even there. You will get out of bound exception, right? So this is importance of substring method. And you have another method like is similar to substring. Here it is like it will accept 2 parameters. First one is starting index, begin index. Second one is end index. It will accept 2 parameters. One is beginning of the index, second one is end index, right? You can pass something like for example, if you're passing a 2, 7, it will accept 2 parameters. Where means, let me explain this for you. Okay, we're passing what? 2, 7, right? Let me copy this code. Let me copy this code and let me paste it here. And it is what? 2, 7, right? So it will consider the starting index 2. Starting index 2 is what? W. It starts from W, right? 7 is here. 7 is what? Here. But it will not print, it will not consider the character that is on top of 7th index, right? It will ignore that. Okay, so it will print end -1. You are passing 2 parameters. The parameters, starting parameter, beginning parameter. So beginning parameter will be considered just like that. Okay, the ending parameter. If you are passing 7, it will not consider 7. It will print till 6. If you are passing 8 here, it will not consider 8. It will print till 7. If you are passing 9 here, it will not consider 9. It will print till 8. End -1 index will be the end index is what? In the end, the second parameter is something representing the index number of end -1. Are you getting this? Right? 7 means 6. That's why it is getting printed till here. 8 means till 7. Okay, now it has to print O also. Okay, 9 means till 8. U also it is printing. 10 means out of boundary. You get except what? String out of bound exception. Okay, this is what the substring that is accepting how many parameters? 2 parameters. Okay, the 10th method. Okay, the 10th method is public string and not string, integer index of. This method is going to return the index of the particular character of the string method. It's going to return the index. Okay, what is going to return? Only the index. So when I say only the index, same example if you go, right, and if I try to get access to the index number by using the index of, if I want to find the index of 4, I'm sorry, index of R character, I want to pass a character. So the R is here. What is the index value that is assigned to the character R? 4 is index value. So 4 will be written in the console. Can we check? S dot index of R. Ideally 4 has to be displayed in the console. A should be a character. Double quotes is mandatory. 4. Okay, if I want to find the index of u is here. Okay, and the index of u will be displayed in the console. Okay, and if I am passing o, okay, so if you see o is here and o is also here, but ideally it will return the first index. First it will consider the first, because the control will start checking from year to year. So the first occurrence will be returned. Okay, the index number of the first occurrence will be returned. Okay, what if I want to find the index of the last occurrence? Okay, for that also we have method. The method name is what? Last index of. If I use this method, last index of method, it is going to give me the index number of the last occurrence, because O is there, in the beginning as well as in the end. Okay, last index of is going to return the index number of the character of the last occurrence. Right, so these are the two methods that we can learn it together. One is index of, second one is what? The last index of. Public, what is it? Last index of. You will pass a character, right? And two more methods are there. Public string to lowercase. So this is going to convert your characters to the lowercase case. Whatever the characters that you pass, those characters will be directly converted to the lowercase, and you have another string called what? To uppercase. To uppercase. So these two methods are very easy. Right? If you have a string like this, how are you is written in lowercase letters. So I want to convert this to uppercase letter. String dot to uppercase. I am using a method called to uppercase method. Okay, if I execute this, everything is in uppercase. And again, if I want to convert it to lowercase, I can do that. I can just call again s dot to lowercase. Okay, if I do this, all the string letter will be converted to the lowercase. So ideally, you can do uppercase and you can do lowercase. Right. So these are the 12 most important methods that you come across very often, especially the equals method and the equals ignore case method. Okay, this will be used very often, and isEmpty method is also. And apart from this method, two uppercase method and two lowercase method. Are you able to follow? Yes, no? Any confusion is there? String manipulations. Are we good till here? So today we have discussed about constructors, and today we have discussed about some prominent methods. You just put small efforts, guys, very small efforts, right? What are those efforts? Take an online compiler. Okay, try all these methods, try all these combinations, okay, and try to understand, try to execute the code by yourself, execute the program by yourself. Don't memorize these methods. Just go with this methods by typing everything in the programmatic form. Okay, these things will be very clear. Tomorrow we will develop a small application on this.